Metal. Discipline, integrity, and the strength within. Greetings, my friend. I am Madam Mei Lin. Welcome back to our journey through the 5 elements. Together, we have walked through the forests of wood, felt the warmth of fire, and stood upon the steady foundation of earth. Today, we arrive at an element that many people misunderstand. When people hear the word metal, they often think of something cold, something hard, something unyielding. But the ancient Chinese masters saw something entirely different. To them, metal represented refinement, purity, discipline, justice, inner strength, and wisdom earned through experience. Just as a sword is forged by fire, a noble character is forged through life itself. Today, let us discover the wisdom of metal. An ancient story. Many centuries ago, during the Song dynasty, there lived an elderly swordsmith named Master Shen. People traveled from distant provinces to purchase his swords. They believed his blades were unlike any others in China. One afternoon, a young prince visited his workshop. After watching the old craftsman hammer glowing steel for many hours, the prince asked, "Master, what is the secret of creating the perfect sword?" The older man smiled. He placed the unfinished blade into cold water. Steam rose into the air. Then he said, "I am not shaping the metal. I am removing everything that does not belong." The prince looked puzzled. Master Shen continued, "The finest sword is already hidden inside. My work is simply to reveal it." The prince never forgot those words. Neither should we, because the same is true for every human heart. Wisdom is not something we add. Often, it is something we uncover. What is metal? Imagine standing high in the mountains on a crisp autumn morning. The sky is clear. The air feels cool and pure. Every sound carries farther. The leaves have turned shades of gold and silver. Nature seems quieter, more thoughtful. This is metal energy. Metal represents clarity, order, integrity, discipline, refinement, and truth. It is the moment when life asks, what truly matters? Metal removes distraction. It keeps what is essential and gently lets go of everything else. How nature teaches metal. Look at a sculptor standing before a block of marble. The beautiful statue already exists. It is hidden with every careful strike. The sculptor removes what does not belong. Metal teaches us that growth is not only about gaining. Sometimes, growth requires letting go. Old habits, old fears, old beliefs, old versions of ourselves. Only then can our true character appear. Autumn teaches the same lesson. Trees release their leaves, not because they are dying, but because they are preparing for another spring. The personality of metal. If metal is your dominant element, people often describe you as disciplined, responsible, honest, reliable. You naturally seek excellence, not because you wish to impress others, but because doing your best brings you inner peace. You value truth. You appreciate structure. You enjoy creating order where others see confusion. Many judges, engineers, doctors, researchers, military leaders, financial experts, artisans, architects, and philosophers carry strong metal energy. People trust your judgment because they know your decisions are guided by principles rather than emotions alone. The gifts of metal. Metal possesses extraordinary gifts. integrity, precision, wisdom, self-control, fairness, courage, discipline, resilience. When life becomes difficult, metal remains steady. It does not panic. It observes. It reflects. Then it acts with purpose. One of metal's greatest strengths is discernment, knowing the difference between what is important and what merely demands attention. This ability becomes increasingly valuable in today's noisy world. The shadow of metal. Yet, even the strongest steel can become brittle. When metal loses balance, discipline may become perfectionism. Order may become rigidity. High standards may become impossible expectations. You may become overly critical of yourself or of others. Sometimes you may hold on to old disappointments because your heart seeks justice. But remember, justice and resentment are not the same. Holding a burning coal only burns the one who refuses to let go. Forgiveness does not erase the past. It frees the future. Metal in relationships. Metal values honesty above comfort. You believe trust should be earned. Promises should be kept. Words should have meaning. When you commit to someone, you are deeply loyal. You do not offer your heart carelessly. But once you do, your devotion is remarkable. However, remember that love cannot flourish through logic alone. Sometimes people need compassion more than correction. Kindness makes truth easier to receive. A warm heart softens even the strongest metal. Metal in career. Metal flourishes wherever precision and integrity are essential. Excellent careers include law, medicine, engineering, finance, research, architecture, quality control, military service, aviation, technology, craftsmanship, executive leadership. You naturally create systems that improve efficiency. Others admire your attention to detail. You understand that excellence is rarely dramatic. It is built through small habits practiced consistently over time. Metal and traditional Chinese medicine. In traditional Chinese medicine, metal governs the lungs and the large intestine. At first, this may seem surprising, but the ancient physicians saw a beautiful connection. The lungs teach us how to receive life. Every breath is a gift. The large intestine teaches us how to release what no longer serves us. Together, these organs teach one profound lesson: to live well. We must learn both how to receive and how to let go. When metal energy is balanced, breathing feels deep and calm. The mind becomes clear. Decisions become easier. When metal is weakened, people may experience grief that lingers too long, difficulty letting go, perfectionism, or emotional heaviness. The ancient masters often said, "The breath carries yesterday away." Never underestimate the healing power of one slow, mindful breath. Metal and Feng Shui. In Feng Shui, metal represents clarity, focus, productivity, and abundance created through order. It is associated with the West. Homes strengthened by metal often include white, silver, gold, round shapes, beautiful organization, natural metals, simple design, and uncluttered spaces. Because clarity outside the home often creates clarity within the mind. Which zodiac signs feel metal most strongly? Every Chinese zodiac sign experiences metal throughout life. However, people born during metal years such as a metal monkey, metal rooster, or metal ox often display exceptional determination, discipline, and resilience. They are natural problem solvers. They remain calm under pressure. They inspire confidence because they remain true to their values even when circumstances become difficult. Their greatest lesson is learning that strength and kindness can exist together. Metal in modern life. What does metal look like today? It is the doctor who remains calm during an emergency. The pilot who follows every safety check without shortcuts. The teacher who patiently prepares every lesson. The craftsperson who spends hours perfecting details no one else will notice. The parent who keeps promises even when life becomes difficult. Metal is every act of integrity performed when no one is watching. The world often rewards talent, but history remembers character. Talent may open a door. Character determines whether we deserve to walk through it. A guided reflection. Now, I invite you to become still. Take a slow breath in and gently breathe out. Imagine yourself standing high upon a mountain at sunrise. The air is cool, pure, crystal clear. In your hands rests an ancient mirror made of polished metal. You look into it, but instead of showing your face, it reflects your true character. Ask yourself gently, what parts of myself are already strong? Your honesty? Your courage? Your discipline? Your kindness? Now ask another question. What am I still holding on to that no longer belongs in my life? An old fear? A disappointment? A mistake? A painful memory? Imagine placing that burden upon the mountain. Feel your hands become lighter. Your breathing becomes deeper. Your heart becomes quieter. Sometimes, strength is not found in holding on. It is found in knowing when to release. Madame Mei Lin's final wisdom. The ancient masters said, "A polished mirror reflects clearly because it is cleaned every day." My dear friend, your character is shaped the same way. Not through one great decision, but through countless small choices made with honesty. Protect your integrity. Honor your word. Speak truth with kindness. And never forget, the strongest metal is not the hardest. It is the one that has survived the fire without losing its purpose. Until we meet again, may your mind remain clear. May your heart remain humble. And may your spirit always be strengthened by wisdom. Remember, my friend, destiny is not a fixed road. It is a path we walk with awareness.